All right, so let's just do you.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Dr. Garth Fisher from Beverly Hills, California.
That is right. So, and what are you doing out here, sir?
I'm out here to get more information about Sasquatch, and I saw Todd Standing's channel, and I thought this was the right place to go, and I believe that it is. I had 6 or 7 days out here that I learned a lot, and it's getting me closer to the truth, I believe, and I think it just takes more time. I didn't feel like when I started this that I was going to come out here and see Sasquatch. I believe in it only because, well, not only because, but there's just too many sightings and too many people that you can deny this. The more research you do, the more you get into it, you see all the hoaxes, you see all the things that don't make sense and the things that are, just not true. But then the rest of it, it's just very hard to explain and deny. So I think that's the reason I came out here, to get more information. And Todd was excellent at teaching. I learned about a lot of different things. The tree breaks. We walked into the forest around where we were camping. We walked a forest that had never been touched before. We saw the same consistent tree breaks, which I've never seen in my life. And so I didn't see one making those tree breaks, but can't explain what else could have made it. It had to have 2 hands and with an intent and purpose to, point a tree, or whether it was emotional, directional, I don't know. But then we did not see a Sasquatch. We saw tracks that could have very well been Sasquatch. They were very large. And then the tree knocking that we heard, again, it could not have been bears. It couldn't have been elk. It couldn't have been deer. It couldn't have been birds. It was definitely a very strong knock, as if a Major League Baseball player had hit a tree with something. And these were spread out through the forest in a way that, it could have been another person, but not in forest that we went into where there was nothing there. There's just nothing there. And this would be a very orchestrated team, which I don't believe it happened. So this had to be something, and it had to be something, again, with intent. They were actually playing with us as if it was Marco Polo. I really feel like I was communicating with Sasquatch. I think it was more than one. It was probably 2 or 3, because the sounds would be over here, then it'd be over there, then it'd be over here, in the middle of the deep forest. And we even made 2 knocks one time and made 2 knocks back. And
That's right. Wasn't that amazing?
It was. They were responding to us.
Okay, I want 2 knocks.
2 knocks back.
I want 2 knocks back.
Wait. Eyes over there.
What's this one? Which one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's leading us around the other direction.
Should I hit the tree again?
I want 2 knocks. Yeah.
Eyes over there.
2 knocks.
2.
There's 2.
That was 2.
Did you just hear 2?
2. Yeah.
I just heard 2, clear as day.
I heard 2.
Do you understand how significant that is? I just sat here and said 2 knocks, 2 knocks, and they just knocked back twice.
Don't knock again.
I don't know what to do. This is like a discovery process. Holy shit.
That was over there.
That was 1, and then there was 2.
I think they're on the move.
They have to be. This is not. They were over here. Now they're over here. It's like absolutely they're moving around.
It's got a big track.
No.
It's big.
Because if anybody thinks it's a coincidence, we asked for 2 knocks and we got 2 knocks back. Just go home. Like, that's not a coincidence. You understand? We haven't got 2 knocks all day. You did 2 knocks. We asked for 2 knocks. We got 2 knocks. That's an intelligent being reading us, picking up on what we're saying. Okay. Are you ready for it, Mike?
Yeah, y'all stay here.
No. I'm saying, come on out.
Am I ready?
No, I'm asking the Sasquatch. It's time. Come on out. It's time to come out. Show yourself. Come on out. So let's move towards those last knocks this way. Agreed?
Yeah.
So we're responding.
This is definitely a truck. Something pushed this down. Something pushed that down. Something pushed that down.
Yeah. It's crushed.
Looks like some real activity there. What else? Okay, so I went out with Todd on each one of these occasions, and so did my friend who's a world-class tracker. And
Agreed.
we saw we saw rocks moved 3 different times.
See this stack of rocks? That was yesterday. It was on this stump over here that Michael did not put there. They were in the wilderness over there, about 15 yards just on the ground. They were moved once over there. Then they were moved here. We left them there. And then they are now moved over there. So somebody's playing little rock games.
And we saw apples gone. Could have been birds, but I think if you had a bird taking the apple, there'd be pieces on the ground. They don't take the entire thing. Same thing with squirrels.
Yeah.
These are up too high. Could it have been Todd? Yeah, it could have been Todd, but he was sleeping right next to my world-class tracker. So, so I don't, I came here for information. I get information. I'm closer to what I want to know. I'm not done, looking for this. I enjoy this, and I'm interested in it. I've got a real-time job at home and a family, and I love that also. But this was a great getaway for me in the wilderness, and honestly, you get out here, and I didn't think of anything once except for where I am. It was quite enjoyable.
Tell me about that. So you know Michael better than anybody. You went to high school with him. You guys have known each other for a lifetime. What do you think of what he saw on the hike? You were right there. You saw the whole thing. His witness in the cave, and we looking in after. What's your perspective on that?
So the cave, that was interesting. What I saw, I didn't have the camera. I didn't have the zoom. I still haven't looked at the photos. But when he sees something, I know that he sees something that is real. When I did grab the zoom cameras to be able to see what was up in those caves, I would say it was about a mile and a half away. The elevation, we were at 6,000 feet, so this looked like it was maybe another 1,500 feet up. And there's a lot of caves in the side of the mountain. And I looked at every one of them. There's only one that had grass on the bottom of it. And the way that it was positioned, it didn't grow there. You had to bring it in there, I would think. And something that he saw, I never saw, was standing up beside the cave. Then minutes later, it had moved inside the cave and was sitting down. I didn't see that except for in the pictures, but, what could that be? It certainly wasn't a person. And I don't think it was a deer standing up, sitting down, crouching down.
No.
But here we are. So
how much do you trust? I mean, he's again an old friend. How much do you trust his perspective? Because he's the one that really had the sighting.
No, I trust Mike 1,000% more than any. Todd, I trust Mike even more than you.
Oh, I hope so.
He's got a history that I can't even tell you about. But no, and Todd, you've been amazing in tracking, helping, teaching. You know, we got along with you, had a great time. You know, and one of the things I will also say, because when I came out here, I also was reading, you know, and hearing that maybe you're overzealous about this and everything was a Sasquatch. And I did not find that to be true at all. But I would say it was probably 50-50. You think this could be one, that sounds like one, that is one, that's not, that's definitely this. So, you know, I didn't experience that part at all.
So I'd like to say, for the record, one of the reasons that I truly am unhappy that we didn't get a good nighttime encounter with these guys that didn't come around at night is because these expeditioners were 10 out of 10. They were happy, they were enjoying themselves. They were literally, before Jeff Meldrum saw Sasquatch in my movie, he was laughing with the jokes I was telling him. So you got to be fun and happy. If you reflect that, if you give that, you'll get that reflected with the Sasquatch interacting with you. And that's why I'm disappointed. These guys were really calm. Michael set a great tone because especially Garth really trusts Michael. They're old friends. Michael is a very experienced tracker. I came out here, I saw the stuff he was recognizing. When I taught him bighorn sheep once, he saw all the bighorn sheep after. The scat, the deer are already familiar with, the elk. So a really good tracker, very skilled man. And even for the record too, Garth, I'll go back to you for a second, Garth. Josh and I heard the tree break. You were on the team that went out and found the tree break.
Yeah, we saw the tree break. We located in this area. There's a very independent, removed observation of, wow, that's a crack. That's a tree break.
Yeah.
Or a crack. We didn't know what it was. And then we went into that area and we found a very fresh tree break of a, 1.5, 2 inch pine tree of some kind. Or
Douglas fir. Yeah.
We saw that crack. Looked like there were some footprints there. We saw that. So
yeah.
That was something that you could definitely line up, from a sense of time perspective and distance and area that probably matched. So.
Yeah. And so when I came in, I heard a rock knock.
Okay.
We had come back from the Larch Trail, and then Josh heard it clearly. And when I asked Josh, he said, I just heard a tree break. He didn't say a knock. He didn't say a stomp on the ground. He said he heard what sounded like a tree break. I agree. I didn't hear it quite as well as him. And to go out and find that, and I'm telling you, it was fresh. Like, we found it the day after. It was 1 day old, and there was my 8-inch Sasquatch track right on the ground. As a tracker, clear as day. Michael agreed with me. He saw the trackway as well, and he showed me some different perspectives he takes on tracking that was very helpful. And you know what? I learned a lot from these guys. These guys pushed me. They questioned me. And to have these guys sit here and quite confidently look at me and say, yeah, we were out there interacting with the Sasquatch, is goddamn enormous and huge. People can complain about that, but remember John Green, Renee DeHinden, Grover Krantz, these guys independently spent 50 years each, so 150 years of Sasquatch research, and they never saw anything like that. We got within 100 yards approximately of a Sasquatch while they were knocking into us, banging on trees. It was absolutely fantastic. This has been, I'll go back and be, I'll get over my, because this was the expedition. This is the highest risk, highest reward. It's cold. Like, there's snow on the ground. These guys are from California.
Yeah.
And that snow, the nights were cold and tough. You weren't sleeping great. So, but you didn't get cranky.
No,
you still had fun.
We're all fine.
Yeah.
We're all fine.
You didn't mind the views. They were a little
beautiful, beautiful scenery, beautiful views. It's a lot like Alaska. I go there every year, and just really to relax and chill. And this was more of an educational kind of, I wouldn't call it a vacation, but it was a vacation. Leaving work and learning about nature, learning about something that, irregardless if you're not even interested in that, I learned a lot about the woods and forest from Todd and Mike also. And it was a great experience for me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Awesome. So it'll be, I have to come back in a couple weeks. We're getting out of here right away. These guys got to catch an airplane. So I'll be back in about a week or two to clean up, check the apples, and there'll be one more video before the snow flies this year. Hopefully it doesn't get too deep, because I'll have some trouble getting back in otherwise. But stay tuned for more content. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye, friends.